You're listening to the Coconut Avenue Radio and Podcast Network.
Welcome to Out There on the Edge of Everything, the show that examines, helps you understand, and effectively deal with the interesting edges of life. Broadcasting now from the virtual C344 studios overlooking the edge of Coconut Avenue is your host, award-winning and best-selling author, Dr. Stephen Lesavich.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Lesavich out there on the edge of everything. This episode is entitled, What is Your North Star? In our age of constant comparison, endless options, and relentless noise, one of the greatest challenges we face is not deciding what to do, but deciding who to listen to. Trends change, external validation is fleeting, yet beneath the surface of all this motion there exists something far more stable, your North Star. Your North Star is not a goal, job title, or destination. Your North Star is an internal compass, a deeply held sense of purpose, your values, and directions that remains constant even when circumstances change. Your North Star is your intuition. Your intuition is your first sense, the sense you use before your other five senses of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Believing in your North Star, your intuition, is the act of trusting that inner guidance, especially when the path forward feels uncertain. What the North Star really represents. Historically, the North Star was used by navigators because it stayed fixed in the sky, while everything else appeared to move. It offered orientation when maps failed. Your personal North Star, your intuition, functions the same way. It represents your core values, your intuitive sense of what matters, the kind of person you are committed to becoming, the impact you want to have, regardless of recognition. Unlike motivation, which fluctuates, your North Star, your intuition, endures. Unlike confidence, which can rise and fall, your North Star remains quietly present, waiting to be acknowledged. Believing in your North Star, your intuition, means choosing internal alignment over external approval. Why we lose trust in our North Star. Most people are not disconnected from their North Star, their intuition, because they lack one. They are disconnected because they have learned to doubt it. This doubt often begins early, when practicality is praised more than authenticity, when success is defined narrowly and imposed externally, when mistakes are punished instead of being reframed as learning. Over time, we internalize the idea that our instincts, our intuition, is unreliable, that others know better, or safety lies in conformity. This results in a life guided by reaction rather than intention. When you stop believing in your North Star, your intuition, you may still be productive, but you are no longer anchored. You move, but without meaning. You achieve, but without fulfillment. The cost of ignoring your inner compass. Ignoring your North Star, your intuition, carries a subtle but cumulative cost. It shows up as chronic dissatisfaction despite external success, a feeling of being off path without knowing why, decision fatigue and overthinking, the quiet grief of unrealized potential. These are not failures of discipline or ambition. They are signals of misalignment. Your North Star, your intuition, does not demand perfection. It just asks for honesty. Belief precedes clarity. One of the most common misconceptions is that clarity must come before belief. In reality, belief often comes first. You do not need a fully formed vision to trust your North Star, your intuition. You only need a willingness to listen to what consistently resonates, energizes, and feels true, especially when it contradicts convenience or consensus. Believing in your North Star means taking small steps before the full path is visible, making decisions that feel right even when they are unpopular, allowing meaning to guide action, not the other way around. Clarity, your intuition, sharpens after you commit to alignment. The long-term power of alignment. A life guided by your North Star, your intuition, is not linear, but it is coherent. Over time, seemingly disconnected choices begin to form a pattern. Effort feels purposeful. Resilience deepens. Confidence becomes quieter, but more stable. You stop asking for permission to be yourself. You stop outsourcing your direction. You become navigable to yourself. Trusting yourself when the world disagrees. Perhaps the hardest part of believing in your North Star, your intuition, is holding faith when external validation is absent. There will be moments when others question your direction, progress appears slow or invisible, doubt resurfaces, and your ego interferes. In these moments, remember, your North Star, your intuition, was never meant to convince others. It exists to guide you. History, innovation, and personal transformation are filled with examples of individuals who choose alignment with their own North Star, their intuition, over others' approval. What they shared was not certainty, but trust. What are some practical ways to connect with your North Star, your intuition? Consider these 5 things. Number 1, track your energy, not just your outcome. Pay attention to what gives you sustainable energy versus what merely produces results. Your North Star speaks through vitality, not burnout. Number 2, ask better questions. Instead of asking, what should I do next, ask, what feels most aligned with who I'm becoming? If fear were removed, what path should I choose next? Number 3, create quiet times to reflect on your own unique purpose. Your North Star, your intuition, is subtle. It cannot compete with constant stimulation. Regular solitude through reflection, writing, or stillness creates the conditions for clarity with your intuition. Number 4, make integrity-based decisions. When faced with a choice, prioritize what preserves your self-respect. Alignment compounds over time. Number 5, redefine success internally. External milestones matter, but they should be downstream from meaning. Let success be measured by coherence between your actions and your values. When you trust that internal compass, your North Star, your intuition, you move through uncertainty with dignity. You make fewer decisions driven by fear and more driven by meaning. Believing in your North Star, your intuition, is not about having all the answers. It is about committing to live in a relationship with your inner truth as it evolves to create a positive impact in your own life. This is your real north, your North Star. It's your intuition. Until next time, I'm Dr. Stephen Lesavich, out there on the edge of everything.
You have been listening to Out There on the Edge of Everything, the show that examines, helps you understand, and effectively deal with the interesting edges of life. For more information on your host, Dr. Stephen Lesavich, please visit slesavich.com. For more information on prior and future shows, please visit coconutavenueradio.net.
This is the Coconut Avenue Radio and Podcast Network.